Have you ever wondered why so many men walk hunched over, even when they're not carrying anything on their backs? It's not the physical weight. It's the absence of internal structure. The lack of purpose, clarity, direction. They were slowly dismantled by time, by the system, by postponed choices and decisions they never made. They're alive but not awake. They walk but don't know where they're going. They react but don't act. If you don't assemble the power of your instinct now, the world will force you to give up before you even understand what you've lost. It will break you with distractions, addictions, conveniences. And the worst part, you'll think that's normal. That living on autopilot is living. That feeling lost is part of the deal, but the truth is brutal. He who doesn't build his own foundation becomes the stage for someone else's downfall. The maintenance of instinct begins in silence, in observing the chaos and choosing not to be part of it. You need to armor yourself from within before the world empties you from the outside. And that doesn't happen by accident. It happens with command, with discipline, with intentional action. A man who doesn't choose who he is will be chosen by others. He'll be molded by fear, by comparisons, by algorithms that dictate what he should feel. And that's how the cycle of mediocrity is formed. You are born with power, but get used to the shallow. So stop, look, think. What areas of your life are on autopilot? What decisions have you postponed out of fear of failure? Instinct is not a fleeting emotion. It's a survival system, a silent intelligence that screams when you silence the world. Assembling the power of your instinct is like assembling a machine that's going to operate in a war zone. It requires strong parts, fine adjustments, and constant maintenance. You need to inspect your interior like a mechanic inspects the structure of an engine before the next mission. You are at war every single day against procrastination, against conformity, against the voice that says you're not capable. And this war is not won with motivation, but with decision. Those who want to get out of autopilot must accept the pain of reconstruction. Those who want to become unshakable must first dismantle what is rotten inside, and that process hurts. But pain is different from suffering. Pain is a sign that something is being repositioned. Are you willing to deconstruct yourself in order to become whole? Or will you keep running until you're dismantled by force? There is no victory without structure. There is no honor without self-mastery. And mastery begins where excuses end. How many times have you sabotaged yourself? How many times have you started something and never finished? The discipline you avoid is exactly what separates ordinary men from the unshakable ones. It doesn't matter how hard the world pushes you. If your inner self is solid, you won't fall. But if you have no internal manual, any external pressure will break you. A whole man is a man who operates by principles, not emotions. He doesn't need someone to motivate him. He is driven by purpose. He knows what needs to be done even when no one is watching. And more, he knows how to say no. He knows how to prioritize. He knows how to stop and recalibrate. You want strength? Then work on self-control. You want respect? Then start by respecting your own system. No man will be respected if he abandons himself when no one is looking. True strength is not aggressive. It is silent. It's in the firmness to keep going when everything says stop. The modern world wants to make you soft, wants to domesticate you, wants you to believe everything should be easy, comfortable, pleasurable. But growth demands friction. Clarity demands confrontation. Freedom demands sacrifice. Reactive men live in chaos. Strategic men live in command. And the difference between the two is how willing they are to take full responsibility. Take ownership now. You are the only one responsible for your destiny. Stop outsourcing your failures. Stop blaming the system, the government, your parents, society. All of that may influence, but it will never be an excuse. Your instinct will only be built through real tests. And that demands presence. It demands vigilance. It demands firm and daily decisions. It's not about temporary intensity. It's about eternal consistency. You already know what you need to do. You've already felt the agony of being in the wrong place, doing what you weren't born to do. That feeling is your instinct trying to alert you. Don't ignore that call, or it will go silent. And when instinct goes silent, chaos takes over. Every man has a sleeping warrior within him. But that warrior doesn't wake up with sweet words. He awakens at the limit. When there's no way out, only forward. When there's no escape, only confrontation. You need to stop asking for permission to be who you are. Stop trying to fit in. Let go of the obsession with acceptance. Men who impact the world don't ask for permission. They show up ready, because they prepared in the dark. You want extraordinary results? Then you'll have to do what most avoid. You'll have to enter where no one wants to go. deep within yourself. Map the flaws, correct the vices, recalibrate the mind, harden the spirit. Build the power of your instinct, like someone laying the foundation of a building that will withstand earthquakes. You can't keep living like a visitor in your own existence. You must become the architect, the engineer, the operator of your life. And that's done with habits, with structure, with discipline that doesn't depend on motivation but on decision. You can be quiet, but you must be lethal. Lethal against your own laziness, against victimhood, against the fear of failure. A man who doesn't face his ghosts will be haunted by them until the end. But the man who confronts them, masters them, and internal mastery is the only real shield against external chaos. You need to clean your mind like someone cleaning a workshop before the next mission. Remove the dirt. Throw away what's broken. Lubricate your thoughts. Check the systems. There is no automatic maintenance of the soul. You must be present. Operate yourself with the same attention as a technician adjusting a machine that cannot fail. That's the secret. Strong men build strong routines, and strong routines build powerful destinies. The world is collapsing, and most are still asleep. But you weren't made to sleep. You were made to stay alert, to fight, to remain firm when everything falls apart. And that firmness only exists when the instinct is sharpened. You can no longer afford to be weak. Weakness is now a real risk. Distraction is now a trap. Comfort is now poison in disguise. Anything that leaves you inert is slowly killing you. A man who operates with trained instinct sees beyond the moment. He calculates. He anticipates. He decides quickly and firmly, not because he has all the answers, but because he has internal clarity. You need to become that kind of man. A man of vision, of consistency, of moral strength. There's no more time for self-pity, no more rehearsing, no more postponing. Life is happening now, and you'll only dominate it if you dominate yourself. Control isn't rigidity, it's command. It's knowing when to act and when to wait. It's not being led by impulses. It's acting with wisdom even under pressure. Most are living off emotional crumbs, digital distractions, and instant rewards. You are not. You're here to build something no one can take from you, and that demands sacrifice. Cut the excess, break the cycles, tear down the internal walls, and build your fortress, not to isolate yourself, but to operate with precision. The man who knows what he carries inside is not shaken by what's outside, because he doesn't depend on circumstances. He is consistent. He is rooted. He is structure. If you've made it this far, it's because you know you can't live the same way anymore. The process has already begun. The reconstruction is underway, and now the only question that remains is, will you go all the way? Building the power of your instinct is a life mission. It's the invisible engineering that sustains your existence, and this work never ends. You will evolve, adjust, rebuild always, but each phase demands more depth, more sacrifice, more presence. No more living on the surface. No more masking the signs. You are not a factory cog. You are a living machine built to endure, to operate, and to transform the environment around you. But you will only do that if you are whole. And a whole man is one who doesn't look away from the mirror, who faces his own shadow, who acts even when afraid, who keeps going even without applause. This is the time. Not clock time, but awakening time. The exact moment to stop everything, review everything, decide everything again with firmness, with authority, with instinct. You already have what you need. Now you just need to build. Build the power of your instinct before the world forces you to give up. Because once you take command, no system can stop you. You thought the mission ended when you rebuilt yourself. But the truth is different. When you rebuild yourself, the world reacts. And it doesn't always react with applause. Men who awaken their own instinct become dangerous to a system that profits from their passivity. That's why the phase that comes after reconstruction is maintenance. Constant, raw, strategic. Now that you've activated the internal power, you need to protect that strength like it's your last resource. Because deep down it is. We live in an age of programmed distractions, constant crises, and systems designed to keep you distracted, sick, and dependent. It's in this scenario that your instinct must operate, not as reactio, but as an active system of decision-making. Taking care of your health, for example, is not vanity. It's strategy. A strong body is a shield. A clear mind is a radar. Emotion under control is armor against manipulation. If you don't take care of your structure, you become an easy target. And to care for your structure, you need to observe the environment with coldness and intelligence. Everything outside is in crisis? Great. You're going to build internal stability. The chaos out there cannot create noise within. Peace doesn't come from the absence of war, but from preparation. Activate your instinct by observing. Silence the noise. Cut the excess. It's not the amount of information that strengthens you, but the quality of what you absorb. A single internalized truth is worth more than 1,000 opinions thrown to the wind. The place where you live, the people you walk with, the content you consume, all of it directly influences your ability to act with precision. Instinct is not born in chaos. It's born in silence, in focus, in the disciplined repetition of the right actions. Create a place where you can think, a space where you can breathe. That's more important than looking good on social media. Strengthen your survival space. Turn your home into a barracks of discipline, into a lab of evolution, into a center of strategy. And for that, you need to eliminate everything that drains your energy without returning clarity. From people to habits, there is no neutrality. Something either strengthens you or weakens you. Living with instinct is not living in a rush. It's living with awareness. And awareness is formed when you align with something greater. When you stop being controlled by external impulses and start obeying internal commands, not from emotion, but from the spirit, from the center. And that's where faith comes in. Not blind faith, but grounded faith. Faith that isn't fantasy, but structure. Faith that anchors you in the middle of chaos. That gives you clarity when fear tries to scream. Faith that comes from a revealed source. From the word that does not change. From the truth that does not shake. The reality is harsh. We are surrounded by stimuli that lead us to self-destruction. Foods that sabotage, content that numbs, relationships that drain, systems that control. And what does the average man do? He reacts, complains, gives up. But you weren't made to be average. You were made to lead your own mind. And a man who leads his mind does not bow to his environment. He transforms the environment. Start with the body. It is your first territory. Treat your nutrition like fueling a war machine. Train like someone preparing to carry weight on his back. Sleep like someone who needs to restore the system, because you do. Then strengthen your mind, read, meditate, confront weak thoughts, and take time for silence. Time where you hear God, where you hear your spirit, and where you filter the signals. Instinct is not shouting. It is precision. It is perception. It's knowing the right moment to act and the right moment to wait. And finally, strengthen your faith. Without faith, you are vulnerable. Without faith, you seek refuge in fragile things. But with faith, you see the invisible, endure the unbearable, and overcome the impossible. Stop waiting for the world to improve. The world will remain in crisis. Politics will fail. The system will betray you. Society will confuse values. But you are not at the mercy of that. You have the power of decision. You have authority over your mind. You have dominion over your environment. But only if you activate the instinct. The man guided by instinct doesn't live in fear. He lives in readiness. He doesn't get distracted by crumbs. He builds his own provision. He doesn't follow the herd. He follows the calling. And that's why you must build your inner fortress before the outer. Chaos takes you down. Collapse isn't some distant maybe, it's certain. Sooner or later, the world will shake. What looked stable will fall. People you trusted will retreat. And only those already strong inside will remain standing. Collapse hits everyone. But the prepared turn collapse into construction. The sharpened instinct sees opportunity where the weak see despair. Inner structure walks steady while others sink. And it all comes down to one word: decision. You don't need every answer, but you must decide today now to live alert, with discipline, with faith. This triad holds you firm while the world breaks. It's the foundation of the man who doesn't bend, break, or lose himself. This is the call: lead your inner world. Forge your instinct with discipline, faith, and intelligence. Claim your space. Reinforce your foundation. Choose allies with strategy. Cut what weakens you. Live with clarity. You can't control everything, but you can control how you respond. That response shapes your destiny. Each action is a brick in your legacy. Your future isn't random. It's built by what you decide now. Be the man remembered for firmness, clarity, consistency. The one who doesn't drown in the noise, because he already heard the right voice within. The one who at the end looks back and knows he was worthy of the path. Building instinct power isn't optional. It's survival. It's strategy. It's what separates the builders from those just holding on. You already get it. Instinct isn't a detail. It's the base. The shield, the compass. It keeps you awake when the world wants to numb you, strong when the world tries to drain you. The decision's in your hands. Will you keep waiting for chaos to crush you? Or start building now what'll hold you when it all collapses? No point in decorating ruins or faking outer strength. You need strength at your core, and that takes discipline, sacrifice, and strategy. Remember, he who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91:1. Act now, not tomorrow. Strengthen your body, mind, and spirit. Choose what lifts you. Eliminate what weakens you. If this spoke to you, and you're ready to enlist and maintain your instinct, hit like and subscribe. And if you want to go deeper, check the link in the description. We've selected tools essential for instinct maintenance. Real tools to prepare, nourish, protect, and transform you. From training to reading, nutrition to spiritual defense, each item was chosen with purpose. Because those who don't prepare in peace panic in war. So I ask, are you building a fortress? Or just decorating ruins? Click the link. Start now.